February the 20th, 2020. Guys, you're looking at the National Weather Service weather map for tonight. And I don't know if you can tell, we're still getting rain here from this metal roof. But if you look at this map, and you can see where you've got flood watches, flood warnings going across the southeast from Mississippi all the way into Georgia. But for you guys in North Carolina, Northwest South Carolina, up into Eastern Virginia, Southern Maryland, Northeast Carolina, things are changing, and I'm sure you're aware of it, but I just want to point out a couple of things. In this purple area, these are winter weather advisories. These are winter storm warnings in this pink area, and all of these are offshore warnings for marine and all of that, guys. So you got to be very careful. You got gale warnings there and across the Great Lakes. It's very windy. Now here in central Mississippi, it is right now with the wind chill 39 degrees. It's dropping very fast, and it's a very damp cold. And that I know that you're aware of the storm coming in on you, but it made me want to just come in and mention that with the things that are going on around the planet, and we see more of it, that event popping up across many countries, you don't want to weaken the immune system. So you want to take a little extra careful, or a little extra care in bundling up if you got to go outside, keeping everybody warm, stay inside if you can. And I just want to say this about the large gatherings. Be very careful, because we're not sure of the correct numbers. And one of the things that kind of concerns me, guys, is some of these large rallies that we're seeing yesterday in Arizona, which is a hot state on the map of confirmed cases. Today in Colorado, people lined up camping out at night in the cooler weather, crowded into these large coliseums. And I looked at both of them as the people were lining up over on RSBN. No mask, no concern, no mention. And that could become a problem very quickly. So what I'm asking you guys to do there, and across the southeast, because the temperatures are dropping, is to just think about it. May not be, you don't want to weaken your immune system. You know, it may not be some of the more severe viruses or anything like that, but anything that can weaken your immune system could make you more susceptible to whatever's coming. So just be aware of that. Be aware of the crowds. I mentioned in one of the last videos about the states that were hot, that we're being told are hot as far as confirmed cases, and interstate travel, how closely we're tied in. Even, like I said, using Texas for an example, it's a hot state, so is Arizona. You know how many people or trucks drive from California to the East Coast? Just take these extra precautions. I know kids like to get out, go to the movies, things like that. It's not a very wise move. Be very careful, guys. Just think about what I'm telling you. And we'll look at the radar for a moment. You know, this is our national radar. You can see here in central Mississippi, we may, after 3 or 4 days of what people are calling this train of rain, we may get a break. That would be good. It's still hitting the roof as I'm speaking, though. But again, we're in the 30s now with the wind chill. It's much cooler, you guys, and you got a lot more moisture coming your way. Just wanted to point this out. Be very careful in your traveling because of the roads, the regular things that you have to pay attention to in wintry travel, okay? Watch, because there's high winds involved for power outages. The main thing is be aware of what this nation could be dealing with very soon, and don't put yourself in a position to where you're already sick. Now, I guess there's a silver lining behind everything, guys, because AccuWeather is reporting that North Carolina feels wintry blasts as a 437-day snow drought ends. Rain began turning into snow Thursday afternoon in Raleigh, North Carolina. A lot of places already have 3 inches, guys, through that area. It says officially bringing in to the snow drought in the central portion of the state. Despite efforts at Charlotte Douglas International Airport, 224 flights at the airport have been canceled and another 242 delayed, according to FlightAware. Early in the day, the state ramped up preps to mitigate as many hazards as possible as the rain and snow moved in. For many areas, that has meant school being canceled, businesses being closed, and residents staying inside. On Thursday morning, Governor Roy Cooper said 29 school districts in the state would be closed for the day, while 55 others were releasing students early in advance of the snow. And again, guys, that could be a blessing in a lot of ways, just like what we're talking about going on. I don't think schools in a lot of places in Asia are going to reopen till possibly April, and they're just going to wait and wait for then to see what they need to do. Now, they are trying to open up some manufacturing plants, but as they do that, one of the things you notice if you pay attention to it is the hospitals in that area rapidly fill up. But guys, we're watching this. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.